There we go. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to I am your host, Tyrone Bridges. Let's get it.
Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Let this marinate for a minute. Check out the title and let's get it. Welcome, everybody. I am your host of I Thought You Knew, Tyrone Bridges, and I have a very special guest on joining us with me, with my brother from the UK, Andy Long. Say what's happening, Andy.
Hey, folks, how we doing?
All right.
So it's a pleasure to be acquainted with you this evening.
All right, wonderful. And y'all feel free to chat at any time y'all want. I don't know if I could see them, but I'll try to answer any questions that y'all have. Y'all can throw some chats online. And this is a conversation between me and my brother. We're talking a little bit about everything. First of all, we're going to talk about what we are trying to do. And everybody knows that I'm a DJ. A lot of people didn't know that my brother Andy's a DJ. And so I'm going to turn it over to my brother, and I'm going to let my brother talk to y'all a little bit about what we're about to do.
Wow. I guess, this is an inaugural session in the first of many, I hope. I guess, the plan for us as brothers is really to just, help you guys have some fun. I think over a period of time, it would be, we've got an incredible story to tell in terms of, how we're related. And we've got so much sort of commonality, particularly in the music. Obviously, Tyrone, also known as DJ Mix, has probably been longer and more consistently in the game. But I used to DJ probably 30 years ago, and I sort of rekindled my love for it, within the last 6 months. And it's just really interesting how, you love music for life, and you start spinning some tunes and mixing stuff together. It seems like you never ever took a break.
Yeah.
And I guess, Ty doesn't sort of mind me saying that, this whole thing is just going to be unscripted. It's going to be fun, unpredictable. We're not pulling any punches. It's not going to be contrived and kind of, we're reading off any scripts. It's just natural, organic. We really want to involve you, the listeners. What would be great is, as you're popping questions in the feed, we're happy to sort of answer questions. You might want to throw a topic out there that you want us to have a discussion around. And I guess for future sessions, the fantastic thing is we come from a large family and very diverse family. It'd be great to get other family members on, and particularly my twin brother, and obviously Tyrone's other younger brother, George, who sadly can't be with us tonight. And I think it would be great to share how we all connected and the backstory behind that. But I guess it wouldn't be right to do that without George sort of here with us. But yeah, I'm really excited. Conscious of timelines, because for you guys it's probably 6 in the evening. Here it's 11 o'clock at night. So really excited.
Excellent. So yeah, like you said, it's a big time difference. Y'all know the time. And what time did you say this there, brother?
It is 11 p.m.
And of course, you guys, it is 6 p.m. here in the U.S. And we just wanted to get with y'all and talk with y'all a little bit real quick. DJ to DJ, brother to brother. Talk to y'all about what we're trying to do and get some feedback. Anybody have any feedback? Anybody have any comment they'd like to have in the chat? Go ahead and feel free to chat. The chat line is open.
No, I'm flying blind here, bro. I mean, I can't see how many people are joined with us at the moment.
We
So
got
I
3
guess
right now. It's on and up. It's going up, hopefully.
excellent. You know.
Yeah. So what type of music do you spend majority of the time down there, brother, in the UK?
Look, I have to, when I first started DJing when I was in my late teens, and I was doing shows predominantly, R&B, rap, and hip hop, and then in the 90s, sort of, I don't know what you guys call it there, but we had sort of jungle drum and bass and garage come on the scene, which kind of floated my boat. I'm a big lover of sort of reggae and dancehall. Never really DJ'd it. I would add a bit in a few sets, but mainly it was sort of rap, R&B, and hip hop. But I guess in my return, at the moment, I'm really feeling a kind of, I wouldn't say there's any music that defines me. I mean, I have a wide-ranging musical classical music. I really like classical music from time to time, but at the moment I'm really feeling it's deep house and sort of soulful garage is the stuff that I tend to sort of mix. My DJ name is Andy Detroit Jackson, for obvious reasons. Detroit, because that's where my pops and most of my family are from, and obviously, our daddy, may he rest in heaven,
Yes,
William
sir.
Jackson. That's sort of homage to him, I guess. I guess the beauty of what we're doing together is both Ty and I have sort of websites that you can log into, and sort of, if you're missing these podcasts or want to refer people to the podcast to have a listen. So other than sort of YouTube, which we'll be uploading recordings onto, Ty website is ithoughtyouKnew.com. Am I right there?
I thought you knew Ipsy.com.
I thought you knew Ipsy.com. And then I'm the DetroitSessions.net.
Yes.
So we're hoping to get sort of all these websites sort of linked up and connected, so you never get a chance to miss us. And we want to do these sessions as often as possible. But the beauty is it's audience participation, because we really want to make the conversations, as I said, organic but relevant to what people want to talk about. And it might be, you want to ask about the political differences that we're because that you're seeing between the UK and the US, because I guess all we know about each other's countries, unless you're sort of well informed, is what you're really seeing on the news. And I think it's great that if the listeners from either side of the pond, they want to ask some questions and get a perspective from sort of UK versus US, whether it's politics, whether it's how everybody's feeling about lockdown and face masks and vaccinations, whatever's sort of topical right now. But of course, we'd like it to be family and positivity, and obviously above all music, because that's our shared interest, I guess, apart from our blood.
How was the variation, the new variation shut your
Omicron,
the borders are doing there?
Yeah, so just for the benefit of the listeners, I guess Ty and I and our brother George, we first met face to face after 50-year absence in 2019. November 2019. It was fantastic to come to the States and meet everybody. And then, unfortunately, our friend Rona kicked in and prevented us from meeting. It wasn't that there was no Rona desire to meet. It was just, the borders were locked down. And first week of November, the US very kindly lifted the restrictions, and so people from the UK could travel. And I guess we've now seen the latest sort of Omicron variant, which is likely to potentially change things. I'm not sure how and in what way. We're seeing a few cases of the new variant here, and it's a mixed bag in terms of the perception of how rough it is. I think with any strain of COVID, it's bad for people who have underlying health conditions and aren't vaccinated. number of things. But the number of cases is on the rise. I don't have any data, and I think it wouldn't be right for me to start talking about sort of the number of cases. I mean,
Right.
research on Google, but I think at the moment, the UK here, we came out of lockdown, and we sort of got back to a bit of normality, particularly with the level of sort of vaccinations that we were doing. Now we're back to it being a sort of legal requirement to wear face masks in shops and on public transport, which is what we sort of were doing during the lockdown. But at the moment, as we understand it, there's no plans for a sort of national lockdown again. But hey, never say never. It just depends on how it goes, really. But hey, we don't want to talk bad things about viruses and stuff.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, we can move on with the virus because I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want nobody in my family to have it. Nobody that I know.
Yeah,
that is a nasty thing. So want to give a condolence to the people that was affected in that school shooting in Oxford, Michigan. In Oxford, Michigan, you guys, I wanted to give a condolence out to all those families that was infected or affected by the shooting, the mass shooting. We don't want to give the shooter any credit and mention his name, so we just want to let everybody know that the show we want to give our condolences and our blessings and peace and blessings. May God touch that school, and hopefully we can get some sense of normalcy out of that whole shooting. And
I mean, bro, you took the words right out of my mouth. That was one of the things I'd wanted to say on behalf of, it makes it sound like I'm Boris Johnson and sort of PM of the UK, but on behalf of the UK, we wanted to send our real kind of support for Oxford, Michigan, for this tragedy, and any injuries or loss of life in a school. As you all know, we don't have gun ownership here in the UK. As you know, our police, unless they're specialist teams, don't carry guns. So it all seems very alien to us to see things like school shootings, and we're just shocked and saddened, and just feel this kind of hurt for anybody who's affected. I had a message from our sister Valencia this evening to say that she knows somebody who was at the school, and so it's these things are often closer to home than we'd like to think. So our thoughts and prayers are with everybody there from across the water.
Yeah, definitely. So any of the children that's out there in the world, in the social media land that have some issues, any gripes or any animosity toward classmates or anything like that, you don't do the first thing and resort to guns. You don't do that. That right there is a no-no, because you're causing harm not only to yourself, your family, and others. It's not going to make the problem any better. So by all means, young men, young women, there's different ways to take out your anger. You don't need to take it out on one another. We have enough hatred and violence in our country, and we don't need it in our state at all. We don't need it nowhere. So
totally agree.
I appreciate you for chiming in, bro. But over here, we have a lot of things going on over here, but I'd like to talk about music real quick.
Yeah.
My love of hip hop. I love hip hop, man. I love a lot of hip hop artists. One of my favorite artists is Lil Baby. A lot of people don't understand that they say mumble rap, but no, if you really listen to the young brother, he's pretty hot. Pretty hot brother. There's a couple other little young ones up there. I don't do all the gangster rapping and the gangster stuff, because at the age of 50, over 50, you don't be doing the gangster. At a certain age, you need to put that gangsterism down. So no, but some of the artists out there, they pretty hot. They pretty hot, man. Some of the young artists out there. What about you?
Bro, you can't beat your hip hop and your rap. I mean, there's always I hear it all the time. When there's Facebook videos, I'll hear a tune playing over the top, and I'm frantically getting out Shazam or SoundHound, and
Yeah,
and sometimes when it's a variation of a track and it doesn't pick it up, I'm there left frustrated, thinking, man, that tune was banging. I've got to find out who that was, and it becomes a little bit embarrassing to be sort of saying this, hey, bro, if you're DJing in clubs and things, and people come up to you and they say, you got that tune, and you go, what is it? And they go, it goes, da, 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 da. You're thinking, yeah, I know you're thinking of the tune, but by the way you're singing it or saying it, I can't think what tune that is, and I don't want to be that person that has to hum it to somebody. So I'm missing out on some tunes where I couldn't even do it justice and try and sing it or rap it back to you to make it sound anything resembling the tracks. But there's some really good stuff out there at the moment. Hey,
bro, whatever happened? I mean, since we're on music, whatever happened to Marsha Ambrosia with Floetry? Is Floetry and are they back together, or are they separated? That man,
I don't know, bro. I mean, that's news to me.
I didn't know. I didn't know if they were singing together. I haven't heard anything out of them. I
think that we probably come from a vintage where a lot of the rap was probably maybe not lyrically, but musically was probably pioneering for its day, and very much like Stevie Wonder was an inspiration for how the R&B scene progressed, and you hear a lot of the R&B tracks over the years that they have that kind of Stevie influence in it. A lot of the sort of pioneering hip hop artists, you still hear some of their influence sort of filtering through into tunes today, whether it's sound bites or samples. Yeah. And what I really enjoy is listening to some tracks where there's a beat that I recognize from something from the sort of 80s, 90s, and they've just done something a little gentle with it and dropped it over something modern. And it's, for some of the younger cats out there, it's probably the first time they're hearing it because it is Little Baby or The Baby or somebody who's rapping over it. But for us, it's a trip back down memory lane to when we were younger and remembering the original artists. And if you don't know the original artist, you're not gonna it's not going to resonate. But yeah, I find music is one of these great recyclables. Yeah, that you can just twist it around and flip it around and make it, whatever you want it to be to as many people as you want it to be for. It's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely, bro. No matter what, ain't no sound gonna be like the Motown sound, bro. Man,
that's repping D-Town, which is obviously our thing, Shout out to the Michiganders.
Yeah, that Motown sound.
You've got Motown at the heart.
Man, the Temptations ain't gonna be. The music ain't like it, man. Music ain't nothing like it used to be.
No,
it made me put down the times and the times I want to spend. It's like, wow, some of the stuff I hear a little hardcore. That's why you do the old school throwback mixes and stuff like that, get people back in the mood. Oh, I remember back in the day where I was, I was here and I was there. And I was doing this and I was doing that,
There's some really good sort of artists at the moment. A friend of mine that kind of like, sort of modern music makers, who I'm kind of getting into at the moment. A friend of mine sort of introduced me to, do you guys know Anderson .Paak?
Yeah.
So
that guy hot.
I like soulful tracks that aren't sort of run of the mill, and there's a little bit of creativity in the music or the lyrics.
Yeah.
Because you're in the danger of you hear some of these pop, like current sort of mainstream groups, and sometimes they all sound the same. It's nice to have somebody that is that, you're drifting off into something different when you pop these tracks on. So yeah, Anderson .Paak is one that my friend, he's not logged in tonight listening to us. I'm sure at some point he will. He's a DJ friend of mine. Him and his girlfriend, fiance, are both DJs here. It'd be great to try and get them on the show as a sort of power couple.
Anderson .Paak, that deal. Yeah,
man. Well,
he done made some tracks with Busta Rhymes. He done made some tracks with a couple other people, man.
Yeah.
That's love, man. That is love. What about some
Well,
of
I'm
the
not seeing
UK?
if we're getting any questions at the moment, bro. I mean, like my stream on Facebook Live to try and see if we've got any comments coming through.
I'm
Doesn't
watching
seem
the
to be.
stream right now. I'm watching it live, and I don't see no comments. I done already threw a comment or two up there just to try to get him to get him to engage. But maybe this might be the first of many
Don't be. Yeah, absolutely. You know,
conversations. This might,
this is
this might be the first one, but ain't the last one.
absolutely.
Because
You know,
well,
but
the reason why we got to do this is because YouTube is not allowing a lot of mixes to be put on YouTube either. Spreaker is the site that I host a lot of my mixes, and I know you're on theirs too. They're stopping us from doing a lot of mixing on Spreaker as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to host a special page on I Thought You Knew Ipsy.com for our mix, our music. So when people go to I Thought You Knew Ipsy.com, they'll be able to catch me and you in our mixes and be able to, play them and possibly download them until we get everything wired to your specific page. That way we won't have to worry about the Facebook what do you call it? The Facebook they delete you.
The Facebook police.
Yeah, the Facebook police.
I mean, it's quite controversial at the moment, bro, with the sort of DJ mixes, and I think for performers such as us, and I think sometimes when we're remixing and playing other people's music, sometimes as DJs you don't get the recognition as being a performer, quote unquote. And we are. I mean, first of all, it comes from love. I think it comes from creativity. You got to have an ear for sound. If DJing and putting together a little mix, whether it's half an hour at a time, was easy, everybody would be doing it. And you'll find that some people just don't have the skill to very quickly be thinking, hey, I know what's going to go next and go really well, and the exact point of the song to sort of drop it in.
Right.
So I'm sort of, I wouldn't say stuck, but using platforms like SoundCloud. I regularly post stuff to Mixcloud, which if you go onto the website, detroitsessions.net, there'll be some links there to my mixes, or you can just find me, Andy Detroit Jackson, on mixcloud.com. I'm not doing it for the money. I think the problem that we're finding with just DJs doing a mix and just pushing it out there for the world to see, is that it gets all the copyright infringement. So the general feeling from the people who own the copyright content is that they don't want you to be able to sort of get rich off sort of the advertising that's going to come with having it and playing it on, whether it's YouTube or these other live streaming platforms. But actually, people like me and Ty, it's not about the money or the advertising getting rich of it. It's about bringing you what we love and the music and the creativity that goes with it. I'm not interested in making a penny for my music. I just,
not at all.
Every time I switch on my decks and mix a mix together, it's made with love, and I feel like I'm cooking something in my house, in my kitchen.
You have no
idea.
idea. It
some
feels like
food.
It does feel. It feels like you're making food, and when you're mixing, it's like you're on a different level, you're in a different world. It's for all them copyright flags and everything. They need to chill on that, because sometimes the world do need music, mixed music, nonstop.
For me, bro, I mean, for me at the moment, look, I guess something that I'd like to bring to the table with these podcasts is just a sense of authenticity and honesty, because I think we're in a world where too many people are not very nice to each other, and we live in a world where we can be kind to one another and understanding. So for me, I've struggled in the last 6 months with my mental health, and for me, getting back into the music, albeit a bit of sort of escapism, but it was just therapeutic.
Big time.
And the vibe and sort of sensation I get from thinking about music. And I could be in the car and I'll be listening to a tune, and I've got this strange thing I do at the moment, that if I hear a tune, I'll either Shazam it. I mean, you guys have Shazam there, right?
I Shazam mine too.
Right, yeah. So I'll do that, or I've got various radio stations on my phone. Some of them will play the track title, and I'll just quickly do a screenshot of that track and say, I've got to download that. Or I hear a track, but in my head, all I can think of when I hear music is I hear a track and I'm thinking in my library, which albeit, it's not, that extensive, but it's sufficient. I'm thinking, I know what will go well with that. And it's in my head, and I can't wait to write it down and just come home and,
or even try
if I'm just working on putting those two tracks together to say, yeah, it works. That's what for me at the moment music is, and it helps me with my sanity. And I think if I didn't have my music, and that's no disrespect to my kids and my good lady at all, family, it's just while I'm going through what I'm going through, it's that one thing that I look forward that kind of just levels me, and I can just escape and just create, and it's therapeutic.
Music is that balance, that universal balance, man. When we spinning that music, I mean, it just takes you there. It puts you in the place where you need to be. And like I said, like you said, ain't very many people can mix two songs together. A lot of people can't mix two songs together. And I got one of my friends on here made a comment. Tyrone's mixes has played in the background to get me through my work days, even chill. I appreciate that, Des. I definitely appreciate that. What we were just talking about, the issue with the social media platforms, the Spreaker platforms not allowing us to do no more mixes. YouTube, they're not allowing us to do any more mixes. So what we got to do, we just got to, get enough support from the public to host our own mixes on our own websites, so people can actually come to our websites and download them, and we can bypass the copyright infringements and all that other good stuff. A lot of the music that we do, we want to give away. We want people to take them and download them and play them in their homes and enjoy their work, play them while they work, or even while they work out, Feel free, definitely. Feel free to reach out to us at any time. I'm more than welcome to, ready to put some mixes up, but, finding out the dilemma that they keep on snatching them down. So it's a tug of war.
Yeah, it's tough, bro. I mean, I found for me here, I'm on Mixcloud. That's where I was on SoundCloud as well, but Mixcloud is where I do all of my mixes. I've got to say, some of the early ones when I was just getting back into it were a bit of a disaster, and I wish I could sort of delete them. But very quickly you sort of get back into it, and it's kind of like it all starts to sort of settle down. So sort of just in terms of, I don't wish to steal the show, but just in terms of like, my as we said in the beginning of the podcast, my DJ name is Andy Detroit Jackson, for the reasons that I've already sort of shared, and all of the tracks on Mixcloud I've named after either family members or things associated with Detroit, and also Alabama, which is where we our bloodline sort of originates from. So right. For me it's more a journey of sort of storytelling and sort of really being proud of my heritage and my roots. And when you go onto these DJing platforms, you have the option of getting people to subscribe, to pay to listen to your music. I don't want people to have to pay to listen to what I do. I'm not interested.
Not at all.
I'm not that bothered if I've spent an hour of my time putting something together. If somebody wants to put it on a memory stick and play it in the gym, in the car, if they're making out with a girl or guy, whatever they want to do, I really don't mind. And I've really been quite consistent that if people say, hey, look, we really want to hear some more mixes of this, that, I'm happy to put stuff together that people then can download and do what they want with. So, because for me, it's not about the money, but the platforms for doing what we do and sharing it are just sort of getting thinner and thinner and thinner. So the only route we really have is to, do what we plan to do already, I guess, which is to have this podcast and, just, banter and fun and just things between us as brothers that we share. But at the same time, promote opportunities for people to understand that it's really all about music, and where you guys can, if you want to hear what we do, and you know where to go to listen to the music that we can't bring you in this kind of setting, or we'll probably find a way of doing it, and then that will get closed down.
Definitely.
I've downloaded a lot of my mixes to YouTube, because I had this vision of wanting to sort of have a channel where I could just share music, and unfortunately it's just all the algorithms and the AI kick in, and it's copyright.
Yeah.
And so
Snatches them
people,
down.
you're wasting your time and people can't listen to it. So anyway, enough about
definitely,
enough for me there.
I would actually invite anybody to reach out via Facebook inbox. My email, you guys know my email's tyronebridges@yahoo.com. Y'all know my phone number directly if y'all want to get in touch with me. We both can arrange ways that we can make mixes and actually get them to you, so we don't have to worry about the copyright infringement. That's the biggest thing. The biggest thing is copyright infringement on all these sites where they shut you down. I know a lot of people been waiting on me to mix, but it's just, when you put them up, they snatch them down. So,
it's crazy.
It don't make any sense, but that's
when we first talked about doing this, we had this kind of vision of being this kind of US UK DJ battle, and we could sort of 5 for 5, and Ty could fling in 5 tracks, and then I could say, hey, I'll match your 5 with my 5, and it would be, it's surprising how there's, the internet is an amazing thing. iTunes, Amazon Music, all these things, you can access them from anywhere in the world. But there's this assumption that if a track is being listened to in the UK, because it's come from the US, it must be getting played in the US. And what I found really, really interesting was when I came to the States for Thanksgiving in 2019, there was tracks that we were listening to here that were made by US artists, and I'd been listening to it like 6 months before.
Right.
And I remember being in a room with my nieces and nephews and grandnieces and nephews, and then all of a sudden the radio would play this track, and they'd be like, "What?" But it'd be the first time they're hearing it. But I would assume that it was banging, and it was a dance floor filler in the US by virtue of the fact that it was a US artist. So it's fun to introduce people to music that they hadn't sort of otherwise considered, and we had this vision of wanting to do that back and forward and just have a bit of fun with it. And unfortunately, the minute we do that, the Facebook or Zoom police or whatever police will just, the sirens, woo, 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 and then we'll get asked for license and registration.
Right, exactly. So so y'all know the dilemma. It's nothing against us doing things, and we're not dragging our feet or nothing like that. We just got to battle the social media police and the flags, and they block your videos. I have never, knock on wood, I've never been kicked out of Facebook or arrested, put in Facebook jail. I don't think I want to.
I think we are allowed to introduce you to music in this kind of setting, but I think we have to be really, really careful. It's not a kind of an ongoing kind of mix, or ends up being an ongoing mix, because then people will say, red card, that's kind of almost pushing the boundaries. But I think what we'd like to do, if that's something that the listeners would want over a period of time, is we can just play you a few bars of things that we're listening to, and just see if our listeners quite sort of like what we're playing, and stimulate some discussion. I've been introduced to a track yesterday. A friend of mine, she as I said, my friend, him and his girlfriend, both DJs, and she has a radio show that she does here on a radio station called Jazz Funk Radio every Wednesday. Her name's Gail Lawless Demont. Really, really good DJ and sister. And she regularly shares sort of tracks to say, these are the ones to watch. And often I have to be honest, I get quite a lot of influence from her in terms of stuff that, you know, she's got a good musical ear.
Sweet.
And I hear a tune and I say, wow, yeah. So maybe, you know, maybe for the rest of the show, you know, maybe I'll get a chance to sort of drop one or two tracks that, you know, she's chucked my way. We'll see. We'll see what the listeners want.
Well, definitely, man. I mean, I'll let you track drop. I don't have my turntables queued up, but I'll let you track drop all you want.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. In the interest of fair play, I'm going to play. I was switched on to this today, and it's a recent release. It came out on the 19th of November. If you hold on 1 second.
I think it's what copyright is, what, 30 seconds? Is it 30 seconds?
Something like that. And I think
so we don't want to give the listeners too much.
No.
You give the artist a shout out and give it around 30 seconds.
So I might have a chance to play you 30 seconds of it. Here we go. So this was released just a couple of weeks ago. All right. I'm hoping you can hear it.
How do I get to the hill? How do I sense how I feel nowadays? Thinking my mind's something changed.
Nice.
Self-love and the loss of you. Broke down just what we were meant to do. It's a hard pill too, 'cause I still wonder about you. Still wonder about you.
Nice, bro.
There you go. So I think that's probably as much as I'll get away with, but that's a track called Still Wonder. Mm-hmm. And the artist is Alex Isley.
Alex
Isley.
Okay.
And Jack Dine.
Okay.
You know, and that's, you know, as I said, for me, the beauty of music is that you hear, you know, I download a lot of music all the time, but I find that, you know, there's some artists that I like what they're really trying to do. And this is really, you know, of many of the tracks that my friend tries to turn me on to, this is one that I just heard it and instantly thought, yeah, that's a kind of forever track.
George said thanks for his invite, so we need to invite him.
Let's bring him in.
Bring him in. I'm going to send him an invite.
Complete the triangle.
Huh?
Complete the triangle, the three sides.
Yeah, I'm going to send George an invite right now. So he'll be right in. George, your invite just came. He said he's on the train home. He can't. Oh, shoot.
Oh, dear.
Well, hey, look, I sent you an invite. Sorry, bro. Love you.
If he's listening to us, you know, hopefully he'll go back to the beginning. And I think one of the first sentences that we'd said was that,
right,
you know, we really want to sort of bring George in and have the three of us being able to sort of share with listeners over time our journey. You know, knowing George right now, if he's on the train, that means he's been performing.
Yeah, he has.
You know, our brother George is a very successful performer in his own right. And, you know, I'm not saying this because he's my brother and I love him dearly, but he's got the most incredible voice, which I think that, again,
yes,
you know,
does.
If you look at either mine or Ty's website, there'll be links to what George does. You know, he's an impressive young man, and you know, you'll find that when you get to meet him as well.
That's right. George just declined. He said he couldn't hear. He's on the train. We'll definitely talk with you. We'll bring you on again.
Is that him ringing, is
we'll
it?
bring you on, George, when you get a chance to. He said up early.
So have we got any more questions in the group? I mean, I think, you know, I'm worried that people are probably thinking we might fit English accent. I'm speaking a foreign language, you know, or talking too much. I don't know, you know.
No, you're good.
Trying coming forward.
He said he's got to get up and go to the ITV studio tomorrow.
He's going to be on the telly. He's going to be on the TV tomorrow.
Yeah.
There you go. You see.
Okay. We
That's
see
our
you,
brother.
George. We see
That's
you.
our brother.
That's our brother. Well, we're just enjoying the time right now and talking about a little bit of this, a little of that. And our countries is trying to juggle the new virus. So
I was looking at the news today on ABC. I don't know how accurate, you know, because I guess we don't have as many news channels as you guys do in the States, and that's something I think maybe your listeners need to understand, that, you know, not that it's kind of state controlled. It's just we have apart from the satellite shows where we could watch any news channel in the world, where if we have those kind of satellite boxes, but in terms of the state, we literally have the BBC, ITV. They're the main two, and they're our main, apart from the newspapers, they're our main source of TV news. But I was looking at ABC saying that sort of Michigan at the moment seems to be going through a spike, or one of the largest spikes in coronavirus. Is that right?
yeah, it's getting up there. It's trying to spike. It's trying to spike.
Do any of the listeners, you know, any of the listeners have a sort of, you know, thoughts or worries, or, you know, tell us how it is for you guys out there. How are you coping? You know, what do you want to see, you know, more of, apart from the end?
Yeah,
you know,
I can't wait till it go away completely, because I can't stand these vaccines and masks. Well, I think everybody gonna have masks on for the rest of our lives.
I think it's going to be a way of life for some time to come.
Yeah.
You know, in my line of work, I was, you know, before I wasn't at work for a while, I was wearing it, you know, 12, 13, 14 hours a day, you know, 5-6 days a week, and it just became impossible to breathe. And I think, you know, I was in an industry where, you know, I was coming into contact with probably 40 to 50,000 people a week over the sort of last couple of years, due to the industry that I'm in. And I found that, you know, pre-vaccination, it was face mask, you know, distance, you know, yeah, it meant you couldn't be standing talking in front of somebody for too long and handshaking. And it was, yeah, you got used to doing the, look, we named it like gangster elbows, because you
Gangster elbows, yeah,
whatever, yeah, fist pumping. it just you condition yourself to sort of behave like that and not hug people and resist that. And, you know, it's amazing how you get through it without sort of contracting it. And I think one of the biggest mistakes people make, you know, and again, you know, I know there'll be some people that are sort of conspiracy theorists. I don't know why, but if that's your choice, it's what you believe. I can't, you know, it's your right to, you know, have a view based on how informed you feel you are. I guess it's not for me to tell you otherwise. But I think the worst thing at the moment is people who have had it and don't know, which I assume you guys use the term as we do, asymptomatic. Where, you know, you may not be manifesting the symptoms of COVID, but you've got it, and you know, you pass it on to somebody who's old or underlying health conditions, and it's pretty, it becomes pretty serious. And so there's, even if you don't get your vaccine and such like, there's still benefit in just, you know, keeping a distance, sanitizing hands, and, you know, yeah, a lack of hugs, etc. In these times, I know it's tough, but, you know, you can just sort of get through it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about some sports.
Well, was that a reference to my my top that I'm wearing? I wore it
No,
deliberately,
man, because I own a jersey. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be a diehard Lion fan no matter what, man. I'm gonna be a diehard Lion fan
Like, look,
all the way to the end.
I don't know if you can see. I don't think. I am. Look. Hold on.
Die hard. That's my brother. Yes.
Okay, let's talk about them Lions.
Yeah, them Lions. I swear,
No.
man. I think I can get Andy. Me and Andy could be coach and at least get 2 or 3 wins up out the mugs at least. Good Lord, have mercy. Hey, they playing so bad. The coach need to throw down the coaching pad and jump in and get in the Lions.
Hey, listen, I could probably do a better job coaching the Lions, I think. And I haven't really got a clue about football.
Man, well, he don't have a clue either.
You know.
The coach now don't have a clue either at all. Man, we went in there and tried to put a little spell on him. Still, it didn't work.
Now, you know, I got to say, you know, I don't know if he's logged into the show this evening. I hope he is, but if he isn't, maybe next time we can get his cousin Tony, who just the debate he and I have on Facebook whenever the Lions are playing, it's just, you know, and he always says that you've got 11 Lions.
Who?
And, you know, Tony.
Our cousin?
Big cousin Tony, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to love them Lions no matter what.
Diehard Lions fan. They give us such pain.
Yeah.
And I'll try and say it without being too sort of crude.
That's okay. I'll say it. Fuck it. They give us a lot of almost-isms.
You know, listen, they're like a long-term girlfriend that you feel that the relationship means you can't live together. When you make the break and say, it's the last time that I'm going to get intimate with her.
Right.
You miss her terribly and you want to just try again. Then, you know, she lets you down again and you're going, that's it. That's it. But there's something about her that you just can't escape. Got that magnetism. I don't know what it is. And then the next round, you're in there again. And I think it's like that with the Lions. That, you know,
man, they do better naming themselves the Detroit Kitty Cats.
I mean, I think they do meow rather than roaring anything. And you know, it's a source of great. My Sundays are just filled with. My Sundays are a bit yin and yang, right? Because my son, he's a very talented rugby player. Rugby's obviously our equivalent of football, no pads, and it's just, kids are getting knocked out every time we play, and broken bones and things. It's fantastic. My son loves it. So my Sunday is a kind of 50% pleasure because he's in a very good team, and at the moment they're sort of unbeaten. But then in the afternoon, I'm coming home to watch the Lions, and the Lions are losing, which kind of seals the afternoon. You know, removes that positive.
Just remove that stimulant.
And then I've got my woman, who she's not here at the moment, wanting to say, well, you know, turn off the TV because you know they're not going to win. I want to watch something
She's
else.
Just gonna rub it in.
Might as well turn it off because you know they're not going to win. And I find myself defending my Lions. Going, no, today's the day, babe. Today's the day.
That's all right.
Look, they're a touchdown up. They're going to win this. They're going to win this. You know, hopefully the other side they won't get a field goal. And then, you know, she thinks, okay, you've got a belief. I'll believe you. And I'm watching them blind loyalty. And my face is just going.
Lost. Hey, me and Yolanda and Kevin and Dawn, or actually Dawn and Kevin said, hey, we actually went on Thanksgiving Day, man. Oh man, it was just, oh man. It was like eating a cake and the icing just falls straight off the cake. It was just wow.
Are Kevin and Dawn listening now? Are they Are they listening to the show now? Are Kevin and Dawn listening to the show now?
I'm pretty sure they are. Dawn just called me and I told her I was on the show, doing the show live with Andy. And she said, tell Andy what's happening.
Kevin and Dawn, much love for them from across the pond. I tell you, man, that they're my additional brother and sister, most definitely. And excellent. I remember when when I came in 2019 Thanksgiving, I said, yeah, me and my bro, man, we're gonna go and watch the Lions. And then I remember you getting hold of Kevin and saying, hey, Kev, guess what? We're coming to watch the Lions as well. And it was fantastic. And we got there, and it was my first NFL experience. I was telling everyone, this is my bro, man. We've not met for 50 years, man. And so it was exciting. I was thinking, yeah, the Lions, we're going to do this.
I still got the picture on my phone.
I've got loads. And you were building that rapport with the Chicago Bears guy next to you, talking about, yeah, we're going to have a bearskin rug. And this guy, at one point when we were,
that's right. I need a bearskin rug.
2 touchdowns ahead. Golladay had done some amazing runs, and it was just like, yeah. And I was there thinking, great, it's the luck. It's my luck. I've brought some luck to the Lions, and then to watch that lead slip away, and I felt the weight of Detroit on my shoulders as we left.
Wow, and we lost.
But on a positive note, right? See, the thing is, I don't know how you guys feel kind of about sort of switching allegiances. I think over here it's the same thing with soccer. Also, we call it football, where some people only appreciate one team, and they are just. I've seen people want to fight, get smash up their house if their team was lost.
Right.
They were just fixated on one team. I've been at friends' houses who were in a high-rise building when there's football, and all of a sudden at the end of a match, who they support because you hear the window go, and you just see a TV fall from 10 stories and all the way down to the ground. That's how serious some people take it. But yeah, I guess we had a good weekend for Wolverines.
Oh yeah, but hey, wait before we hit the Wolverines, I want to show this picture. Remember this one?
Oh yeah, in the giant Bears chair, the Lions chair.
Yeah, that was our first Lions game.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah, but back to the
Kevin and Dawn, we had the sandwiches in the back of Kevin's car. The sandwiches.
Yeah. Well, now back to the amazing blue here. Yeah.
Hey, listen,
Michigan.
And I guess I'm really sorry, listeners, if I'm sort of rambling on and getting to the point. Unfortunately, I have ADHD, so unfortunately,
that's okay.
But the point I'm making is that you can either be a diehard supporter of one team at the expense of everyone else, and it's only that, or you can have an appreciation for a sport and claim many a team.
Right.
And I've got to say, I love the Lions. They're my main team. But I have a real appreciation for University of Michigan, and also the beauty as well, because we're originally from Alabama. We can always, if it comes to it, we can always say "Roll Tide, roll." So
that's right. So we covered all across.
But I don't tend to publicize it because it's kind of people will think, "Hey, a minute, I thought you a Lions man, and that what you Michigan, right? Or you Alabama Crimson? What's going on?"
Right. Well, this weekend, Saturday, 8:00 p.m. U.S. time, it's going down. Michigan is going to whoop Iowa. I said it. Mark it on your calendar. We're gonna be Big Ten champions. It's going down.
I'll be watching. But it's funny because last year, 2019, when we were watching the rivalry between Ohio State and Wolverines in cousin Brenda's basement with cousin Gary, and he was there, cousin John, and I think cousin Tony was there as well.
They beat us and rubbed it in.
And they didn't do very well then. They lost.
They beat us and rubbed it in.
Man, I've just flown 5,000 miles, and is it my influence that meant that the Lions have lost and the University of Michigan have lost? I thought, oh no, man, I've cursed them.
You weren't bad luck. It was just their fate. It was meant to happen, bro.
Yeah.
It
But I
was
do miss the food. I miss the food there, man.
Man,
You know,
man, we can't wait to get you here again, you and George, so we can feed you. We can feed George, fatten him up so he can get on stage and waddle a little bit.
I'm looking, I am, I don't know if I'm going to get sued here for sort of like advertising and not charging. I don't know what the rules are, but L George's, man, that was the place.
We gonna sit in
And
the same spot.
I even named, I don't know, if anybody knows the people at Wheat and Rye, I named one of my mixes Wheat and Rye.
Right, the wheat and rye mix, but you went and destroyed a whole wheat and rye burger and asked for some more. A whole wheat and rye corned beef sandwich.
Yeah.
My brother ate the whole thing.
Not even a doggy bag inside.
And he go. I'm the big brother, but he the biggest brother. That's all right,
we
though.
don't have establishments like that.
That's all
I look
right.
at
Well, you still got
Facebook
that
and see
tomahawk
people
steak. You still got that tomahawk steak as soon as you touch down.
We got to do that. But
It's
none of this salt
on the
by
grill.
rubbish. Usually like the one that sort of does that. Have you seen him?
The Salt Bay.
Yeah, Salt Bay, yeah.
I ain't gonna be Salt Bay, but I'm gonna put that grill to work, and I got a big smoker too. Big smoker, ready for you.
I'm missing. I'm missing you guys, and I'm missing the food. I'm missing my football.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully,
have to try and take in
hopefully you guys get to come soon. I don't think we locking nothing down.
I think coming over for Christmas isn't a possibility because unfortunately, not that it will mean anything to the listeners, I guess. But I guess I'm blessed to have had two fathers. I have the father that I never had a chance to meet, who made me, but I have the man who's my father who raised me for the last 50 years, and unfortunately we lost him a few weeks ago. So
yeah, my condolences, bro.
The first Christmas for our family without him at the head of the table. So I'll be going home. I think not being there for Christmas this year would probably be an impossibility, but I'm really hoping maybe in January, even if it's just a week or 10 days, just to try and get out if I can.
That would be beautiful. We'll receive you. We'll receive you like them catches the Lions be missing. We'll receive them like we receive you.
And I'm expecting, behind the scenes, all the sort of owners of Ford to be getting hold of the team and saying, listen, January games, we've got a really important visit.
That's right. We're going to have to do something.
Come in, he's come all this way, he's a very special guest. You've got to train hard. You can't lose any more games in front of him.
No.
I think, Biden will push through the infrastructure bill.
Yeah.
So all the road networks are fixed because obviously Wheat and Rye and L George's and have got to get the food in the supply chain to these restaurants. And we're going to have to hit that the Chinese, the buffet well, it's not just Chinese, it's everything. What was the buffet place we went to?
We went to the which buffet? Which buffet? Did we go to a
It was
buffet?
cousin Ashley and cousin Tika.
We went to
Auntie
Golden Corral.
That's the one.
Golden Corral. Yes.
They're going to be
Golden Corral. And I think I gained a few pounds on one side of my body when I got done eating from them. My left side had like a super side, like swole. It was like swollen. How small I'd eaten. Yeah, they fed us
really
great.
Looking forward to that, man.
Yeah, definitely. Well, look here, man. This has been fun, and I don't want to sit there and go all night because I'll be tearing up talking about, man, I wish you could just jump through the screen and come to the U.S. and the U.K. switch, they teleport us. But we're gonna have to do this again. We got to tell everybody when we're gonna do this again, and hopefully we're gonna leave the invitation open for George to join us and anybody else that want to join us.
Yeah, definitely. You know, look, I hope listeners, I hope we haven't sent you to sleep or made you think never again.
No, they ain't sleep. They ain't sleep.
You know,
they got to rewind, the fast forward, rewind, fast forward. Little, they got the little mouse thing that can, you know. But y'all got to understand.
I'm not seeing any. I can't see due to technology. I can't see any comments that are coming up.
That's all right. Well, when we shut it down, you
or any likes or thumbs up. So I'm flying blind here.
You can go ahead and view the comments when we get done. I'd like to say voice of understanding. Thank you for joining in. And I know for everybody who haven't said anything, chimed anything in on us, you know, we'll be doing this again very soon.
Yeah.
More likely, I'd like to do it after Saturday. I would love to do it Sunday.
I think, yeah. We could do it mid-game.
What's that? Michigan game?
We could do it on Whoa. Have you got enough tissues for Sunday for the Lions? Because I need some.
I don't know if the Lions. I don't know if the losers. I mean, Lions playing this week. I don't think they playing. And if they was playing, I'm gonna be drunk before halftime, and we're gonna have to do the show after 6 hours.
A session pre-match. We could do like a pre-match session.
A pre-match session.
We could have some debate, have some bit of music, so the music police don't arrest us before the game.
So that means you're gonna have to get up early.
And I think as well, what would be great if any listeners can just feel we want to make this show, because this is our first one. This is show numero uno, and we want it to continue and do one a week, and we want you guys to be as involved as you can.
So we're gonna invite y'all. We're gonna invite y'all to join the Zoom or to join the chat physically if you want to come on and put the little thing on, the little cross, so we won't see your face and we can hear your voice.
We want it to be interactive. You know, if you want to tell us, you know, we want to, we'd like you guys to talk about, I don't know, sweet corn. I don't know. That's the first one that came to my head. I don't know sweet corn.
Anything. What you gonna cook? What you gonna cook for Christmas?
You tell us what you want the conversation, and we'll try and make it as magical for you as possible. But we really want to, rather than be sitting here pleasing ourselves, we want it to make something you guys really get some comfort and fun and enjoyment.
We're appealing to you guys. We want to have the conversation just for fun. I mean, that's all we can do.
I think I'm the only person in the UK that's got any energy at the moment. So just think, you know, you'll be propping up the UK economy.
The whole UK just propping this conversation up.
Drinks tea. That's all they do here. Drink tea.
That's it.
And watch soap operas.
Drink tea and watch soap operas, huh?
Yeah. and queue up for stuff. We love a queue in the UK. We love queuing up.
I ain't gonna fall off into that one. I don't want to be banned from the UK.
After you, please. Yeah.
I'm not gonna feed off into that one. I don't want to be banned from the UK, bro. I know y'all do more than that.
We're still waiting to receive you here, bro. You've got your passport. I've spoken to the Queen, who's a very good friend of mine, and I
got my passport.
Tyrone's coming over.
Yeah.
You know, so the corgis, they're getting on a little bit, but she's giving them some food and stuff just to make them hang on a little bit before you come in.
Getting the corgis together, huh?
Yeah, but we'll make sure that when your lady comes, we'll make sure Prince Andrew's locked away because he likes the young girls. Okay.
Hey, I didn't say it. That was coming from you live from the UK. My brother Andy Long. Y'all, we had a fantastic time with y'all. We're gonna do this again Sunday. We probably do it during the show. I don't think the Lions playing at all. I doubt it.
If not, we don't do it again. Before university, we'll advertise it. Hopefully, you guys will come on.
We'll do it again. we'll see you guys Sunday, this Sunday. And what he say? What? He's gonna be bad. He gonna be bad. You gonna be bad.
I'm probably
Don't
gonna,
ban
there'll be a
me.
knock at the door in 5 minutes. It will be the Secret Service here coming to, so MI5 coming to pick me up for insulting the royal family. So this might be the
No,
last time I see everybody.
no, don't pick him up. He didn't mean what he
Treason.
said.
I'll be in the Tower of London locked up. But look, don't forget, guys, look, DetroitSessions.net, you know, you can get a link to see what I do in terms of my music. If you like it, brilliant. Listen to it, do what you want, or give me some feedback if you don't like it.
DetroitSessions.net. And that's my brother, Andy Long. He's a DJ like me. What we're trying to do, we're trying to give y'all a taste of what we're trying to do. And look here, I enjoyed this time. I miss my brother. And we're going to do this more and more and more until we get him here in the States, across the pond, him and George. You guys, thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Dez. And thank you, anybody that commented and anybody that will. This is Tyrone Bridges, What I Thought You Knew, signing out.
Peace out.
Peace, bro.
Love you, D-Town.
Love you too, bro. Peace.